Hello and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Danielle Ball, and I'm a librarian in the Business and Economics Department at Los Angeles Public Library. Welcome to today's program, How to Create Marketing Graphics Like a Rockstar with Canva. This program is brought to you by the library and SCORE Los Angeles. So before we start the presentation, I do want to go over just a few things. The first is to let you all know that we are recording. So this presentation will continue to be available to you to watch here on the library's YouTube channel. So don't worry too much about taking notes, or if you can't stay until the end, or if you miss any portion of the presentation, you can always watch it again here on YouTube. Secondly, we do welcome your questions. Our presenter will be answering your questions as they are submitted. And if for any reason we don't get to your question during the presentation, we will make sure that we get to it at the end. So in order to submit a question, you will need to be signed into YouTube. And then what you can do is you can just type your question into the comment box. Okay, so now I am very pleased to introduce today's presenter, Patty Ross. Patty has well over 20 years experience in marketing and has been in the online space since 1998, where she developed an e-commerce program for a gourmet gift company into $1 million business. She has spent 19 years helping the wine industry gain traction online and has since branched out to help other industries grow their brands, including financial, legal, health and beauty, motorsports, landscape design, CBD cannabis, restaurants, transportation and logistics, political activism, nonprofits, and more. Golden State Marketing and her other business, California Wine Marketing, were founded in 2006. Patty enjoys speaking on various marketing topics to help business owners understand the importance of marketing their brand online and offline. And so at this time, I would like to turn it over to our presenter, Patty Ross.
Thank you very much, Danielle. Appreciate it. Welcome, everyone. This is a fun class, how to create marketing graphics like a rock star with Canva. I love this. So just, a couple quick things before we start playing with the tool. And this is a fun class because there's no slides. It's all live using the tool. But of course, marketing is all about content, right? You have to have content for your website, for social media, for email marketing, blogging, flyers, brochures, everything, right? You need for marketing your business. So years ago, the only option was hiring a graphic designer or learning Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, which is, you could still use those tools, but they do, take definitely some skill sets and some money and a little bit cheaper now by the monthly subscription than an $800 software package way back, say 20 years ago. But very, very important tool. I've been using Canva 4 or 5 years since it came out. Definitely much more advanced, a lot more cool tools in there. The library wanted to have this particular presentation be on the free version of it. So I'm going to show you all the things you can do for free. There is a paid version. There are a lot more tools that you can use on the paid version than the free, but at least you could do a lot of the basic stuff of creating all of your graphics that you need for your business on the free version. So I'll kind of show you on the free, maybe something on the paid version. The paid version, if you pay monthly, it's $15 a month. I think it's $14.99. If you paid annually, it's $10. So it's not that expensive to purchase it, and it'll be a tool you're probably going to use on a daily basis. But we'll play with the free version and show you all at least the basics. I don't know who's in the room, who's going to know in the room, so to speak, of beginning versus intermediate or advanced skills. So kind of start from the beginning with the tools. So this is Canva you see on the screen, and I'm going to show you you could do everything here, pretty much everything you need for marketing purposes and all of the templates you hear, all of your different social media sizes that you would need for your business, for your social media platforms, flyers, brochures, book cover, business cards. I mean, I can't think of anything you can't do on here. You can create websites on here, slide presentations, all your social media, email marketing. So a little bit of everything here. And so I'll kind of go over all the different types of templates you have here. And there's a lot of new artificial intelligence tools as well. Some of them are free, some are on the paid version, but I'm going to show you a couple of them that are on the free version that you can play with. So yeah, let's start playing. So just kind of show you kind of the lay of the land when you're first coming up on here. You do have on this, again, I'm showing you on the free version. You do have the option to create folders. So if you want to categorize or put all your documents for one type of project you're working on, you can create folders here quite easily to keep track of all of your projects. And I'll show you kind of these two. We're going to kind of go back here. There are a ton of apps on here, even on the free version. So you can have Google Drive connected, your Instagram, your Dropbox. You have emojis here, your email marketing, social media, scheduling tools can all be here. So there are more, again, available on the paid version than on the free. You can create QR codes. I'll show you how to do that as well. So you can create some, because we're all using QR codes now for everything. You can put them on the back of your business card or put them on a flyer for people to go to your Instagram page, for example. So a lot of things can be integrated in here with different apps. So I would encourage you just, I had to go through and click a lot of these. I don't know who they are and what they are. So I had to go through and look and see all the different things that you can do with the apps coming in here. So you can click on those and see what they are. So there is a content planner. This one, I believe it is on the free version that you can play with this content planner. So, and it might be a trial basis on here if you wanted to add in your own content and, say if you're going to post something on this particular day, about your let's see, your shoe promotion. Say you sell shoes, you can type in shoe promotion, red sneakers. Okay. And I'll show you how to create a graphic for that. And you could put that in here and put it on your calendar. And then it reminds you to go in here and create a design. We'll pull some templates up for you with sneakers on it because we put that term in there and it's a keyword. So you can start from scratch or use one of their templates. So there is a content planner in here as well. So you can do that. But let's just start by creating a design and show you how easy it is. So when you want to start, there's a ton of different sizes and templates. So say we want to just start with an Instagram post and I want to use the 1080 by 1080 size here. And you're going to start with a blank slate. So, but not so scary because there are a lot of templates here. So if we want to go up here to just the lay of the land here, you have design. I'll show you the different elements you can bring in. There's different text sizes and styles as well that are in here. You can upload your own photos and videos and audio content on here as well. There's some drawing tools. So we'll just kind of start with kind of the basics here. So again, you could start from scratch, plain blank design, start creating your own design and start, maybe create, let's just show if we want to start from scratch, I can go in here and create a background color, make it pink, right? And then if we want, there's different elements you can bring in. You have photos. You have different shapes. So if I want to bring in a photo, I can go down here. I can search for a photo. So let's just, I'm just going to grab here. I'm going to do an exercise thing here. I can bring that in. And then there's different elements. If I want stickers or graphics, I can bring in those. All right. So I can just start some of these here too. I'll show you the difference, why there's watermarks on some of these here. But you can start by creating your own. You can go and put your own text in here, and start from scratch, right? I'm just creating my own and type in what you want and change color. So there's that, depending on how much you want to design on your own. But if you're like not really a designer and that seems a little scary, let's not do that, right? Let's toss that. Let me toss it. We'll start with a new page here. So we want to take out this background. We can always go back to white, but let's see what templates are out there. All right. So there's tons of templates here you could see, and they're for the most part editable, not edible, editable once you use them. So you can ask for different types of templates depending on what you're trying to do. Let's just say today's World Chocolate Day, for example, and we want to create a post for that. And we just type in World Chocolate Day, and they have templates potentially for almost all of these kind of fun holidays. So here's one for World Chocolate Day. Oops, some of these I have to point out. Some of them, if you're seeing this little, hopefully you can see this little crown that's in the lower right corner of that, and it says Pro, that means it's for the Pro version, the paid version. So if you're not seeing that, then you can use it on the free version. So I actually pulled one in by mistake, but here's one. There's Coffee Break Day. Here's World Chocolate Day, and I see it looks like on the free version, and that looks good. There, and again, you could tell if it's editable if you can click on an element, right? So I'm clicking on it, you see the box, so I can actually change this. Say, I don't really like this font. I wanted something a little bit fancier. I can, click on it and then go up here to the font list. And again, if you see the crown, that means it's fonts that are not available on the free version, but there are plenty on here that are available. So just maybe I like that one. I'll show you how to adjust that in a minute, but maybe this one, about that one. Nothing too fancy. There's handwriting fonts and bold fonts, different types of things you can try out here. But let's just stick with that one. And I want it all on one line. So you could take this box and just stretch it, or in this case, maybe shrink it and have it all on one word. So it looks like they have it on two separate lines. I'm just going to take it and add it to one line. Make sure there's a space in between. If I want to make it bigger, there's two ways to do that. You can take the corner, stretch it out, make it bigger that way. Take it, move it, click around, move it around. And I was going to add, you can use this on a mobile device if you have a pad or a phone or your desktop, laptop. It is easier to use it if you have a mouse. So just you can use the finger pad if you're using on a desktop. It does take a little bit more finesse and time to get all of this working. So I just want to give that disclaimer. I am using a mouse with this. I'm on a Mac. It can be used on PC. I have occasionally had to use it in a pinch on my iPad if I'm traveling and I didn't have my laptop with me. I can do the finger thing on the iPad and use it to do some quick graphics, but it is easiest to use on say your desktop or laptop with a mouse. So here I'm just moving around with my mouse. I can move it anywhere I want on here. Couple other things. If I want to change the color, maybe I just, it's a lot of brown because it's chocolate, but let's just add a different color. I'm just going to click on this little A up here at the top bar, and then you have an option of adding colors. It actually will pull in some color elements from the photo. So if you wanted to kind of stick with the colors it's pulling from here, you can do that. Or use your own color. You can go up here. I'm like, I like it pink. But, I don't like this color pink, a little Pepto-Bismol pink. So I want to go here to the plus, and I can do some color adjustment. Change it, move it, so I can move it around, make it a little bit less pink, less Pepto-Bismol, maybe. There we go, a little too light. Yeah, we'll do that, a little purpley. And if you have what's called a hex code, if you have a specific color that you use, maybe in your own brand colors, you can bring in a hex code. There is a paid feature where you can have your brand kit in here, where you can save all of the colors that you use. So if you have a certain shade of brown or pink or whatever you use for your business, you can also save particular fonts. So there is an option of having a brand kit on here. So that's, we change the color. You can also change with the font, a couple other things. You can change maybe the distance between the letters. Maybe you like them a little further apart or closer together. So you can come up here to this spacing. See this little up down arrow with the three, 4 lines there. You hit spacing and you can change the line spacing. So if you have 2 lines or multiple lines, you can change the spacing. I'll show you that. But in this case, maybe I want the letters a little closer together. So I can take it and drag it and bring it together. Maybe I want them further apart. So you have the option of changing what it looks like. You're not stuck with how it presents itself. If you want to change the line spacing, so let's just say here, World Chocolate Day, I'm going to make it 3 separate lines, right? And it's a little spaced out. That's a lot of space between them. So if you want less space, you can go back up to that spacing feature and go to line spacing. Now, if you want to grab all of them, you have to highlight it. There we go. And now I can adjust and make it closer, further apart. So you do have the option of changing the line spacing too for that. And again, I can move it around. All right, so it's fully editable. You can change that. If you want to add your logo, so say you've added in your logo. Let me see if I have one here. 1 second. We go to I don't think I've uploaded. Let's just go here to Element. Oh, not Elements. Yeah, Elements. And I'm just going to type in a logo. Just pretend it's mine. Here we go. Graphics. Okay, so let's pretend the Phoenix is my logo. So you can upload your logo in here and drop it on your graphic here and use it, or put your website address, whatever you want to do on it. Let me show you some other templates here, because this one's not as customizable because it's just one photo. So let's just stick with kind of the world chocolate theme, maybe. Let's just say, let's grab this one here. So this one has a little bit more elements that you can edit, right? So if you don't like you like the layout, but you just don't, the color's not you. If anything you click on, if you see it where it can edit, you have a box around it. That means it is editable. So let's just change the background color. And we'll just make it yellow. Okay, maybe it's orange. Let's do orange. And this feature here is a little starburst, and you can move it around, or you could take it off if you don't like it, but the color is changeable. So you can see here, if the color shows up, it is a changeable feature. Let's make it red. This little box of dots, you want to keep that. Let's just make them brown. It's going to be kind of, oops. Oh, it's multiple. There we go. So I make sure you're clicking in the right color zone there. Make those brown. So really almost all of these features are changeable. The yellow circles, this here, you can change the font. You want something different on the text. So again, most of these templates you can definitely change, and you can type in anything you want. If you're doing, again, let's use that example of the shoe sale. So let's do shoe sale. Okay, so we're going to pull in a graphic here. And again, these aren't your shoes that you sell, but the layout looks good. So let's just go here, sports shoes. Now these aren't your shoes. These are their stock shoes. And let's just pretend. I'm going to go to Elements, and I'm going to go to red sneakers. Let's just pretend you uploaded your picture of the red sneakers you sell. So you would go pull in your graphics. Let's just say the red Chucks. And we're going to ignore the fact that there's a watermark on it, because this is a paid picture. Let's pretend these are yours and they wouldn't be watermarked. But again, you can go in here and change it. If you want a different color or say something different. Hey, our new red Chucks, or should I say Converse, right? Order now, change the color of the button. Change it to red, whatever you want. Put your logo on here again. So all of these are editable here and changeable if you want to do that. So again, you're taking a template that already exists and putting in your own flair and your own style on it here for your templates. And there'll be different templates depending on the size that you pull in. So this is an Instagram size. Let's just kind of give you another example. I'm going to go back, and we're going to create a design, and we want it to be, let's just say a Twitter post size, which is totally different size. Okay, here we go. So it's longer and shorter, so it's wider, so it's different size. There is a paid feature called Magic Switch, and it's up here where you can automatically switch sizes of a graphic you've already created. Free version, it's not available. But you can see here, if we just type in shoe sale, for example, and do the exact same, and you'll see slightly different templates, not the same templates again, depending on the size. So in this case, let's just oops, I pulled in the wrong one. Let's pull in a free one here. Let me find one that's available with some sneakers on it. And even if it doesn't have the product, even if you want to pull in, maybe it has, like I said, the headphones, you could change those out. So again, let's take away that element, and let's go back to red sneakers. Again, pretending that it's yours, your red sneakers. There we go. Oops, I have to do that in Elements. There we go. There's the red sneakers. And shrink them down, move them around, however you want to do it. There you go. And it's a different template. Now, like I said, on the paid version, you do have that option of what's called the magic switch, where you could take it and say, make this into, Instagram post size. And it will take it and shrink this exact design down, and might have to do a little adjustment on that, once it shrinks to a different size. But then it's an easy switch. You don't have to go and find a new template or start from scratch if you need this particular graphic in a different size. Say you wanted to then take this and make it into a flyer, an 8.5 by 11 flyer, you can easily do that switch. So let's just go back and let's just say we're starting from scratch. Go up here to create a design, and we type in flyer. And it will give you different size options, landscape, portrait. So we want flyer, portrait, 8.5 by 11, standard size for a flyer. And we can go again up to the template theme of a shoe sale. There we go. And again, you have different style options here. So we can grab in, here's one already has our red sneakers. Oh, again, sorry, we have to pay attention to the free thing here. So let's do this one. I just saw another one on there that I like. Let me go back one sec. There we go. Let's pull in this one with these legs, but we can, it might not be changeable. You have to kind of pay attention. It's a photo on here, but what you could do, let me see, we get rid of that. There we go. And then again, go back to our red sneakers, pull those in, and now you have a flyer, and again, you can adjust this, change the size, change the font on here. But again, you have the option of creating different, you don't always have to start from scratch. You have the option of different templates here, depending on what you're looking for. So tons of free stuff. Let me show you as well the different elements that you have here to use. I'm going to go back and use, hold on. I'm only doing this switch just for this particular StreamYard thing, so we're not switching tabs here. I can keep my big screen here for everybody to see. So let me just pull in, I'm going to pull in this one. We'll just pretend that's ours. The different elements here. So you have obviously photos, you have shapes. If you want to bring in different, I'll show you the shapes. So if you want to bring in a different shape on here, so we want a triangle here, you can move it. There's a little arrow thing to twirl it around. You can do that. Again, holding down the mouse, it's easy to do that. So say we want that element. You could stretch it, make it bigger, use it at an angle. Let's just do that. And let's just say we're going to use red, whatever color you want to make that. So you have the option of all of these different types of shapes in here to use. And again, you change it to whatever color you want. There's even some options of some gradients. If you want to make it a gradient color. So there's that. Oops. Okay. Hold on. Move it over here. Okay. And let me go back to elements, show you some other elements here. You have a lot of graphics. So if you're looking for different types of, graphics to use, maybe let's just see a shoe graphic. Shoes. Okay. Oops. Let's spell that right. I don't think it knows what a shies is. There we go. Shoes. And again, if we want a graphic, let's say if we want the red shoes. There we go. So now we can have a graphic of our sneakers as well. And again, pay attention to the fact that if you see it's a watermark, it means it's a paid version one. If it's not, and you can just tell by that little crown in the corner. But I'll just leave that there and pretend you can't. It says remove watermarks. So if you were to try to use it in your own graphic and you hadn't paid for it, it would show the watermarks in your graphic. So we'll just for now pretend. And then going back to graphics. So tons of different types of graphics in here to use to draw into your elements, into your designs rather. You have photos. Now, as I mentioned, Canva has their own selection of photos. On the free version, I think they said you have like 1 million or so, or maybe under 1 million. On the paid version, you have an actually have millions of them. So there are a bunch of free pictures here. There are a couple other options too on the free version. You also, if you go under apps, you do have the option to also use what's Pexels and Pixabay. Now those are free websites that have free stock photography that you can use, royalty-free licensed photography. And so you have those options as well. They're not Canva Pro, restricted. So I'll kind of show you the difference. Let's just say we go to photos down here, and we're going to look for a woman riding bicycle. Okay, let's just say you want that graphic for some reason, or photo, I should say. Now, this is what Canva is going to pull up. And you can see, hopefully you can see on here, a lot of these have the little crown. So those are the pro, and there's some that are free. Let me just go to a new page and kind of show you. And here's a woman riding a bicycle. This is a royalty or free version photo available. There's quite a few pictures of women riding a bicycle, so there's that. But let's just say you're not finding on Canva, whether you're paid or not, what you're looking for. You can then go to Pexels. Let's try that one. And we're just going to type in the same thing, women riding bicycle. There we go. And actually it gives usually gives you a totally different selection, but in this case, it gave you the same. So you have that option, but some other pictures. So you'll see, you can figure out if that's working for you. And then also that was Pexels. So we scroll down and we're going to go to Pixabay. It's another, you can go to pixabay.com and find those outside of Canva as well. And the same with Pexels. So woman riding bicycle. There you go. So you do expand your, at least your output, your available output for picture possibility, even on the free version, because now you can add in Pexels or Pixabay, and the output it gives you, you might not be exactly what you're looking for. But then Canva has the Magic Media, which is their artificial intelligence version. It can help you create your graphics. If you're not finding already stock photography within Canva, and you want something unique. In this case, I'm just going to try it. So it's called Magic Media. You go under apps. I'll show you where I went, and it's right here, Magic Media. And you're just going to type in what you're looking for. I'm just going to do the same, woman riding bicycle, pretending that we didn't find a stock picture we like. And you just choose what style you want. There are different types of styles, digital art, psychedelic. We just want a photo, keep it simple. And you could choose the aspect ratio. I want a square picture, portrait, or landscape. Let's keep it, let's do portrait. And then it's going to create a picture. One thing to keep in mind, if you're not familiar with using artificial intelligence, there are AI tools out there to create them. The one thing you have to be careful of when it comes to humans is it might render humans a little strange. So here's 4 options it gives you. And then you can look here, and I'm going to expand it out. So hopefully on your screen, you're seeing it. So the one thing you have to be careful of with humans is it might render them a little alien. In this case, I could see like her knee looks a little weird. She's kind of missing fingers. Even in her facial features, sometimes the eyes are weird. I could see her a little bit strange going on there. And if I pull in this one here, I'm just going to expand them out so you can kind of see her hands definitely look a little gnarled. Her eyes are, so you can see here, humans might be a little strange. So you do have to be careful when you are rendering artificial intelligence versions of pictures. Like this one, it looks like there was one I did. It looks like she only has one leg. I did one of a woman doing yoga on the ground, and she was actually missing a leg. So in this case, kind of the same with this one. Let me expand it back down again so you can kind of see. You see like her leg is kind of strange here. Something's going on here. So something to be mindful of with rendering your own artificial intelligence photos. Things that are not humans might be a little bit better. I did one. Let me try one. Say pug wearing a birthday hat. Let me just say black pug. I'll just be more specific. I have one of those myself, and I want a photo. I'm going to generate it again. Let's get rid of those. And let's see. So it might not find stock photography of a pug, or especially a black pug wearing a birthday hat, but if not, you could try to generate your own. There we go. There's one. Let's pull that one in. There we go. So there we go. Is a black pug wearing a birthday hat. And they gave me a fawn one too. So, I might want that picture because I don't think I can get my black pug to wear a birthday hat to take a picture of her. But here it is. So whatever you're thinking of to do, you can potentially make a photo of it here. And it's not necessarily too editable. There are some features here. I'll show you that now. And looks like on the, let me see, there is a background remover. It is on the paid version, but there are some things, magic edit. So say, for example, oops, let me try that. Let's just say, I don't like that little ball, sparkly ball on the top of the hat. So what I can do is brush over it. So I'm just going to take my brush, holding down the mouse. I want to completely cover that up. And it's showing purple. That's just showing what it's going to erase. And we're going to go ahead and, I didn't want to edit. Actually, I'm using the wrong tool for that. I wanted magic, or it looks like magic eraser is the tool that you want to use, but it is on the paid version, or you could go in here and erase something off the picture. So magic edit, you could, let's just say, let me try that again and continue. We could say replace with purple ball. Let's try that. Or it says change color to green. There we go. We use that. And let's see what happens here. So some of the pictures, even the other stock photography, not just the AI generated pug we see here. And kind of, here we go. It's a little bit more green. So we could change that to green. We keep it there. If I didn't want it, I can go to magic erase and do it. And just remove that top ball. So, or say if I wanted to remove some of these balls here. So you can edit pictures as well. We can, let's just try it on a non-AI generated photo. So let's go up here to elements and let's just try it on. Let me see if I can find something that would be good. Okay, so oops, that's on the watermark. Let me find a free one here. Let's go to pixels because we don't have to worry about seeing the free ones or not. So go here and let's just say we want to stretch it out. We want to edit the photo. And again, we can go to magic edit. And let's just say we want to make these lines. I'm going to cover these lines. We want to make them white instead of that let's see, change color to white. Okay, and then generate. Let's see how it works. So there are some things that you can change with the photos if you don't like them. Again, on some of the, I don't know why it's saying that 3 results may not meet our policies. I'm not sure what that is. So looks like now it's not letting me do that. I'm not sure why it's not changing it, but you can. There are some things you could try and play with it. If you wanted to change the photo, there's special effects in here. You can blur some things on here. If you want to blur the entire photo, can do that. You can do some more shadows, things like that, drop shadows on around the photo. So there are some editable things you can do here as well. But let me show you some more of the elements that you can use on here. So let's go away from photos. So I showed you the shapes, right? Some graphics, and there's stickers. So if you wanted some animated stickers on here, there's plenty of them on here. Again, looks like most of them, there's a few of them that are going to be on the paid, but if you don't see the crown next to it, then you can use it on the free version. So let's just say Halloween, of course, was yesterday, but Frankenstein. So if you want to pull in a sticker element as well, you can do that. So it would wind up being an animated graphic for you. Okay, so stickers. And then we showed you photos already. There is video content here. So again, you can look and see if there, let's just say, let's just stick with the woman riding a bicycle. Okay. And we want to find a video of a woman riding a bicycle. And again, here's one that's free. And it's just a bicycle, not a woman riding a bicycle. Let's see if I can find one that's not here. Yeah. I might not find here we go. Well, it's a woman and a man walking with their bicycles. So, and you can upload your own video content as well and use it. So there's that option. So there's video content. And we keep going down the list here. There's also audio you can use to bring into your graphic. You can upload your own. There's some on here that you might want to use, for background sounds and music. You can do that. Okay, and then we got that. And then there's charts and graphs. You want to bring that into your designs using it. Here's some charts. You can change colors. You can actually change the tables on here. If you want to do something as sophisticated as a bar chart for your designs. Okay. We already had shapes. Keep going down the list. There's tables. So we have that option as well. And then some of the features you'll probably use more than others. So these two, I want to show you frames and grids. Okay, so we're going to go, let me just go to a fresh page here. I always just grab the Instagram square size. Okay, so we're going to go to elements and I'm going to show you frames first. They're all here. Oops, wrong one. That one's next. To show you frames. So if you wanted to have a picture within a frame style, so if you wanted to have it here, I'm just going to go up to photos and just grab a photo here, whatever's here. So you could take it and bring that photo, just drag and drop it, and now it's in that circle frame. And if you want to change it, it's pretty easy to change. Say, oh, I don't really like that one. Let's drop it in here. You can just drag it right over that circle and it will fill it in for you. Okay. So now you don't. And then you can also crop it. So if you wanted to go in here and you don't like the way it dropped it in there, for example, you can go to crop and then you can move it around. So we'll say maybe you want more of the girl than the boy, or maybe equal, a little over. And you can even expand it out a little bit if you want. Maybe just focus on the boy. Okay, let's do that. If you want to make the circle obviously bigger, you can do that. Make it bigger on there. Take it over. Okay, let me just show you the other frames. Lots of options for frames. Let me just take that one out. You have this. Oops, there we go. You have that. You can do a little kind of fun squiggly things here as well. So lots of different types of frames. Just scrolling down, you could see different shape. You do letters. It's kind of a cool thing. You want to do, I'll show you kind of A, B, C. And let's see. I'm going to have fun. Okay, so we're going to make A, B, C. And then you can bring in, I think that's almost about equal size, right? Okay, so let's just have fun with some elements, some photos in there. So let's just say apples. And we're going to bring in a photo of apples and we're going to drag it over the A. Oops, there we go. A for apples. And then we're going to look for B for berries, blueberries. Let's pretend we're doing a fruit theme here. Okay, here's a picture of some blueberries. You want to drag it onto the blue. And then my favorite fruit, cherries. There we go. And cherries. There you go. So now you have some fruit letters. You can do whatever you want with them in the picture. So that's kind of fun thing to use those frames for. Let me go back to those. And again, so however you want to use the frames, again, you can add them to any designs already existing or create your own. Let me go back to grids because that's a little bit different. They look the same, but they work a little bit differently. And so let's just do this. Add a new page, start from scratch. So the grids are used to help you kind of autofill your content and lay it out. So it makes it easy for you to do layout. So I'll show you kind of an example what I'm talking about. So here's a grid, right? I can bring in 3 different images here. Now let me show you. Let's go back to the photos and grab some photos. Okay, so say I want to fill these 3 grids. Let's just stick with the fruit theme. You can do that. I'll actually do some people. So this one, I'm going to drag these ladies in. This one, I'm going to have these 2 people. And then this one, I'm going to do that one. And I can crop them right in here if I want to crop each one individually. So I take it, maybe I want to drag it down because their faces are cut off on the picture. These look okay. So you can play with each individual picture. Now, if I was to do this myself, right, to lay it out like this one, it's going to take a little bit of work, right? So I have to take this one, right? Oops, didn't want to do that. I just want that one in the upper corner. We had this one. Oops. Okay, so this one was right next to it. So you kind of have to shrink it down, make it small. So again, not using a grid is going to take a little bit more effort to make it match, right? So here's the grid. And here's the one I'm trying to like make into a grid, you know, so it takes a little bit more effort. And then we had this picture here for the bottom. I have to stretch it out. So again, it's a little bit more work to get that lined up if I wanted to have it, but the grid, again, makes it easy to lay it out. And I'm going to show you just some other grids here. So again, I'm just going to keep doing new pages. So different types of grid layouts you can do. The standard one, this is just a single picture layout. I'm going to go back to photos, pull something in here. There we go. Let's just pull this one in. There we go. Women. Okay. Oh, let's use one that is not a, there we go. And if you just drag it in, it will go into place. So I'm going to show you the difference, gridded and non-gridded. So again, grid, let's go back here. This is grid. I'm just going to pull in a different photo here. Let's just use this one here again. If you just drag it over, it will automatically fill it for you. Okay. And I'm going to take this one off the back of it. There we go. Okay, so we have the single grid, and any photo we put on top of it is just going to automatically fill. Okay, so we don't have to worry about doing anything. Let's keep it to that one there. Now, again, if we were just to do it ourselves in the same photo, right, I'm going to have to take it. I'm going to have to drag it, you know, on the corners, fit it to the size. A little bit more work to do it that way. It's not impossible. You can take it, stretch it any way you want. And again, you can go up to the crop feature if you want to crop it in a certain way. That'll be faster. Like, let's say we have it here. Hands are perfectly centered. However you want to do that. So there you go. So that's the difference with the gridded versus non-gridded, is it just makes it easier to stretch the photo. Now, a little trick. Let's just say I'm going to do a layer of picture on top of a picture. Okay, so let me see if I'll pull this up. Oh, letting me type. Like, what is it doing? And oops, I'm asking for a transparent bottle. So say I want to layer a picture on top of a gridded picture. Okay, there's a difference. So this is the non. Right. Yeah. So let's just say I wanted to put the, I'm just going to grab this wine bottle on here. It's a paid one. That's okay. So if it's a non-grid underneath, I could take a picture. Let's say I want to have a wine bottle. They're all right in the middle of their picture. I could take it with my mouse. I can move it around. It's not going to do anything. Right. I could place it in any position. But if you're doing this on a gridded version, what's going to happen, I could drop it there, but as soon as I move it around with my mouse, it's going to take and autofill it above my other picture. I don't want to do that, right? And I'm again using my mouse, but there is a trick. So if you want to still use the grid, but you don't want it to autofill. Now this, again, you have to have a mouse and a keyboard, right? So on a Mac, I am going to hold down the Command key, which is right to the left of my space bar, and I'm going to hold down the mouse at the same time. So Command, it might be Control on a PC, but Command on the Mac and your mouse, hold it down. Oops, I'm just moving the wrong element. Hold it down, and then, oops, I'm going to go out and start over. Now I'm holding down the Command and the mouse. I'm moving it around. I can put it anywhere I want. I could still, oops, I'm not want to do that. I could take it, I could stretch it out. Okay, I'm still holding down the Command. I have the moving the mouse. It keeps wanting to move the background. Now, in order to keep that there, right, I'm still holding it down, moving it around. Now, in order to keep it there without it filling in, you let go of the mouse and then the Command. Okay, so in order to layer on top of a gridded picture, again, on the non-gridded picture, doesn't matter. I can move it around freely. I don't need to hold the Command or Control button down on a PC. So just a little trick, little hack I learned a few years ago when I was trying to layer actually wine bottles on top of a picture for my winery clients. So something to keep in mind with grids. But grids are there to help you with layout if you wanted to have, particular layout, not have to try to lay it out yourself. So let me go show you some more elements here as well. Let's go back to elements. Okay, so we showed you the grids and the frames. So a lot of pretty much you've seen everything under there. There's collections of different animations here and graphics if you wanted to have that. Just do searches for the particular things that you're looking for. There's probably something in there. And again, whether it's the photos or the graphics, again, videos, you can do searches on those features. So let's just kind of go back and create some more designs. Again, all of these are perfectly editable. There's different, let's just play with some fonts and text here. Let me find one that would be a good one to do that. And let's just grab this one in here. Okay, so we have, again, all of these fonts are changeable. You don't have to stick with these. There's a lot of free fonts in here to use. So let's just say we want to change that 40% off. You come up here. And again, I think I showed you that already, but you do have the option of many different free fonts. Again, there's paid fonts in here, but we can change that. It might be a little too fancy for what we're looking for. And you can upload fonts. So if you have a particular font that you use for your logo or your business, you can upload them here as well and use them here. You can, again, change any of these up here, change the sizing here. Either you can do it by stretching it or by just, or going up here and saying, hey, change it to 64 or 55 or whatever you want to change it to. Okay, all of that is here. There we go. Down here. So again, all editable. You can change that picture out, but with the fonts, there's plenty of things you can do. There are some special effects. I'll show you that. If you wanted to add a drop shadow, you can do that. You can change the color of the shadow. So we want to change the color of the font, the top font, I guess you can say, the top layer to pink. And that's actually going to be the back, but the top layer, let's just change that to gray, or maybe something will stand out, orange. So you have that ability to change it. Let's go back to effects. So you can make it kind of a neon look here. You can have a little neon effect to it back here. Okay, let me go back to effects. Okay, you can, if you want to make it curved, you can do a curved, and you can change the curvature of the curve. Here, let me go back here. Hold on, back up to effects. That'll be easier. You have this little curve graph here, and you can change the curvature. So if you want less or you want it to go up instead of down, you could totally change that curvature of that. Okay, let's keep it that way. Let's show you some other special effects you can actually animate it as well. If you want to have a background color, you could do that, change the background. So there's a lot of cool things you can do with it, different shadows and things like that. There we go. Oops, click back here. There we go. Okay, so again, different types of outlines and hollow and shadows and et cetera that you can do with that. So that's the fonts. Okay. And let me show you now you want to do something with these graphics, right? You want to get them somewhere. So quickly I'll do as we're winding down. You can share them. You can download them. So let's do that. You want to go up to the share and you want to download. So we're just going to download this as a PNG. You have the option of a JPEG, PDF, either standard or print. Say if you want to send it to your printer, you could get a better quality for your printer. You can save it as a vector graphic. So that would be something like from Adobe Illustrator. Some printers want to have a vector graphic. An MP4 video file, if it's something animated, you can also download as an animated GIF as well. So you have those different options to do that. So let's just say we save it as a JPEG. I usually do PNG, and you can have it say, make it a transparent background. If you have more, if you're downloading images and you have more than one, in this case I do, and say I want to have a whole group of photos, it will save it as a zip file. And then you just have to open the zip once it downloads. So you have the folder of photos. Or you can go here and go, you know what, I only really want you to download number 2, the blank page. Let's say that one. Or just 2, 1, 2, and 3. Say you have a bunch, but you don't want to download them. So you have that option as well. There are some other options here. So say, for example, this is an Instagram picture and you want to share it on social. So here are the different options. You can connect your Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever, TikTok, Facebook stories, Pinterest, LinkedIn. But let's just say I don't have my accounts connected on this account, but you can go schedule a post from my desktop. And if I had it connected, it would show which my Instagram accounts are connected here. And then I can type in my my caption, hashtags, etc. And I can schedule it right from here rather than downloading it and then having to go upload it to Instagram. So you do have the option to share those on social. So so hopefully, I think, let me see if there's any other options here. You can also, if you wanted to do print, say maybe you're printing out flyers or wrap cards or business cards, they do have some options where they do printing for you. So if you're designing a business card, you can have it done through them. I usually use Vistaprint. I've never used Canva for printing, but it might be an option. Compare prices and all of that. So there's all the different options you have for printing with Canva. So a lot of things you can do with it to share it, save it, put it up on a Google Drive or a Dropbox. Share it to if you're creating a PowerPoint presentation, you can share it to Microsoft PowerPoint and present it right from Canva as well. So a lot of different options. So that's kind of the basics. That's kind of fills our time. I don't know if there's any questions that came in that you have and want to share, and I'm happy to answer anything as we wrap up. Danielle, are there any questions?
Yes, Patty, we did have some questions. I'm going to go ahead and share those. So our friends at the Moreno Valley Public Library Mall Branch, they asked, starting from scratch, what's the most important thing to consider? Color contrast, composition, or something else? Thank you.
Good question. Yeah, good question. Yeah, really, yeah. That at first it fits your brand, right? Of course. So your color scheme and definitely contrast, and making sure that you're using, if you're not using the stock photography, you're bringing in your own photography or elements. Make sure they're good quality on there, good size. If you have a tiny little picture of something and you try to blow it up, it's gonna, just like anywhere else, it's gonna be pixelated. So always starting out with good quality graphics of your own. If you're using them, of course, everything in Canva is good. So yeah, I would say, looking at all of the elements together, is it something that's going to look good on social media or on your website or as a flyer? So I think that's, kind of the basics. And I see the questions here, so I can kind of answer them. Next one down is, why are the AI generated pics of humans warped? Are the AI generators juxtapositions of elements to create a unified image? Yeah, good question. I wish I knew the answer. You have to ask the robot that question. Yeah, it's interesting why. There's different AI tools out there. In fact, I think on the free version, of course, we're familiar with ChatGPT. They have their own, actually, it's here, Dolly. Let me see if it's actually a paid version or not. Oh, actually not. Let's try that. You can actually use their tool, Dolly. Midjourney is another one that's popular. Some are better at generating humans than others. I'm not sure why. I think it's why the robot, I have to call it, creates weird things with humans. I've done things before, like I had a client that was looking for, my transportation logistics client, and we created a social media post for them. And they all wear black polo shirts, their uniform, and all of their trucks that they use, courier vans, trucks, are all white. And it was hard to find a picture that, stock photography, and for them to take a picture. So we had this social media post, and it was a guy standing in front of trucks, a line of trucks, and he was wearing a black shirt, but he was in front of a group of trucks that were all different colors. And of course, that wasn't going to work for them. I wanted specific. So I think I used Dolly, and I said, man standing in front of white trucks, and he's wearing a black polo shirt. And it came out, and of course, okay, his eyes were kind of weird. And I'm like, okay, that's not going to work. So let me try this again. So man standing in front of a line of white trucks, and I had him fold his arms, right? Like I'm doing, so we can't see the weird hands, wearing sunglasses and a hat. So if he had weird eyes generated, you couldn't see him because he's wearing sunglasses. His hands were covered, and, you couldn't see the rest of the body. So, I think it was half of his body. So he's wearing a polo shirt. The hat might cover anything weird, and it came out perfect. So you kind of have to play with AI generated, graphics, especially when it comes to humans. But I couldn't tell you exactly why that happens with humans. Let's see, as someone who works in marketing, greatly appreciate the lesson showing off the tools. Great, thank you, I like that. Can you save your final composition as any kind of file format? What is your favorite? So yeah, I think I might have answered that question. So in this case, you can, just going down here again, share the design, and we want to download it. So I tend to do a PNG file or JPEGs. Those are your kind of your standard graphic formats. Your PDF you're going to use. I use PDF version when I'm creating my PowerPoint slides, because then I drop them onto my PowerPoint presentations as PDFs. So those are going to be kind of the standards. PNGs or JPEGs for graphics. And then PDF standard is going to be a smaller size file. So if you don't need to have print quality, you don't need to use the larger file size of a PDF print. So I think that hopefully that answers that question. And any other questions? I think that's it.
I think we got them all. Patty,
right.
that was really fun, very interesting. Thank you so much for putting that together and being with us today. Yeah, so that is it. We're just about at time. So this is a great ending point. Just want to thank our viewers for being here. Remember that we recorded this, so you can always come back to the YouTube channel and rewatch it. Feel free to share with friends who may have missed it. And yeah, thank you so much, Patty. And thank you everyone for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.